He's had bad experiences with honeybees, and we've got swarm number 3 of the year. Oh Lord. And there we have swarm number 4 happening right after swarm number 3. Hey y'all, welcome back to Mulberry Branch Farm. My name is Ashley, and it's been a really long time since I actually picked up this camera and filmed things around the farm, per usual. And anyone that's been around on my channel long enough, you know, as soon as we hit like kidding, my postings just, they bite, man. They hit the dirt at full force, nosedive, crash and burn. But it's because we have a lot of these little guys running around, having themselves a good time while I clean up the majority of their crap. I actually took a couple days off of my 9 to 5 because I was so behind, guys. Like, anybody that lives this life, you know, like sometimes things just pile up and you just have to take a day, an uninterrupted day or 2 or 3 or a week, and just run full steam at it. And it doesn't matter how tired you get, how bad you hurt, it just has to get done for your sanity. Like, I'm at that point where my sanity is starting to really suffer. But I will tell you, the reason that I've been away from my barn and kind of letting it stack up, kidding, milking, showing, I chaired my first show along with my sister-in-law, Ashley. She and I hosted our first ever ADGA sanctioned show called the River Goat Classic, and it was a screaming success for a first-year show. Most first-year shows are lucky to kind of bring in maybe 100, 150 animals. That's on the normal side, but guys, we brought in well over 350, and we were showing from 8 a.m. until 10:30 that night. It was an experience, a great experience. It was one of those first-time things where we put on an event that I actually felt really good afterwards. I didn't sit there and nitpick it to death, and I didn't sit there and self-doubt. Like, I came away from it, I'm like, that went really well for a first time, and we're definitely gonna do it again. But now, the show was last Saturday. It is now the Thursday following, May 15th. And I am out here because he's enjoying it because he loves the breezeway, and I'm starting to dig down to the cool dirt, the wet dirt, the nasty, stinky, terrible dirt. But I've cleaned out all the stalls behind me, and honestly, it is driven because we do have a 4-H group, my 4-H group that I am now a partial leader for, is coming out to the farm to learn a bit about regenerative agriculture, homesteading, entrepreneurship, all of the things. And I'm trying to make sure that at least my barn looks like I haven't neglected it for a month and a half like I actually have, because we've been milking, we've been kidding, getting ready for the show, clipping goats, doing all of the things. And guys, we've had actually a really good show season so far. Our first show of the year, we had some really, really good placings when it came to our junior does, which is super exciting. The notable one was that Little Miss Moon Maiden from Guinevere Quinn went into ring 2 under Timothy Flickinger, who is an ADGA judge that I respect a lot, and placed second out of 100 Nigerian dwarf junior does. That is amazing to go in with that size of a show, that much competition, and walk away with the rosette is huge. And not to mention that she finished behind a Nigerian dwarf junior doe that already had 3 dry legs. Can only really use one of those towards a championship, but I think this was her 3rd or her 4th, if I remember correctly. Beautiful doe. Just, I really would have loved to have gotten a grand champion dry leg and been able to leave Miss Moon Maiden in the barn for the rest of the year. But you know what? It's neither here nor there. You either breed a better goat, or you kind of let everybody have a chance at it. And it is what it is. We were super ecstatic, but we also brought home rosettes from the River Goat Classic. Holly, Oh Holy Night, who is actually over here underneath my tractor being ridiculous with her shenanigans, out of about, I think it was 60 Nigerian junior, 50 or 60 juniors, under the queen, ADGA judge Karen Smith, placed reserve grand in that ring as well. Karen is just a hoot. Karen is great. One of my favorite judges so far. She she's appraised thousands upon thousands of goats. She's judged. She chairs the National American Dairy Goat Association show every year. She handles thousands of goats, hundreds upon hundreds of exhibitors, and keeps it all flowing straight. And she had nothing but good things to give us for our first show. Not to mention we got a rosette for Oh Holy Night, or Holly, who's out of Avi. But we also got a grand champion leg for Agape's prize, Stiff Sniff, and he went on to win Best in Show, my first gold and purple rosette. So I was really excited about that. And it was a competitive show. We had 20 plus Nigerian dwarf bucks that walked into the ring, and he bested them as a yearling. So it's really exciting. But that's what we've got going on around the farm, and now we are just trying to deal with the heat, with the girl babies back here are panting and just acting like they're feeling kind of icky because it is hot. This is perfect pneumonia weather, honestly, for how cool we're getting at night. But now I just gotta shovel the crap and try to catch up. What? Life around this farm has just been so incredibly hectic. We've been blessed. Don't get me wrong, guys. The farm brings us so many things, from the chickens that lay eggs here, to the gardens, to the goats, to the milk, to all of these doors that just sharing here on YouTube or on social media platforms has opened for us, and that we've decided to walk through. I know that we're incredibly blessed, and I feel bad sometimes thinking that I get overwhelmed by how blessed that we are, that I have to drop something out of my hands in order to carry things while keeping a good mental balance, and to be able to complete tasks at the quality level that I want to complete, not to just really do things, half-hearted or halfway. I acknowledge that mental health is very important on a farm and a homestead, that we tend to wear lots and lots of caps, and those caps are consistently being changed every single day, and that we often feel like we're isolated, or that we're letting someone or something down, when really that's all on us. I am as involved and as responsible for this as I allow myself to be. And really, when I think about the things that I have to drop out of my hands, sadly, the last couple of years, it's been YouTube. You guys know in the summertime, I just kind of disappear because there's just so much going on. And I really regret that, because that's when everything here is really beautiful. Everything is just so rich and abundant. And it's all of that hard work accumulating into something that's pure reward and that can be shared with those around us. I love the show world. The show world has definitely taken a big front seat in my life with these dairy goats. My goals have switched with them from just wanting to have like raw dairy that is abundant in my life, that I can just go outside and milk goats and really enjoy them in that way, to realizing that the breed that I enjoy has a lot of flaws when it comes to production and genetics, and that this show ring portion of it really helps me to focus on what I think the breed needs in order to be better when it comes to even just being a homestead animal. The show world does kind of clash with the homesteading world, and I fight with that a lot internally. But I'm telling you guys, with these shows, I learn so much about the goats. The things that I don't see, that other people see, or other breeders see, or the judges that I've paid to walk my goat in front of see, is just worth its weight in gold for breeding in the correct direction, where we want conformationally sound animals that are also very productive, which in turn lends itself to my other hobbies that I've discovered through homesteading and my love of dairy goats, like soap classes. Okay guys, I at least wanted to get one of these under my belt. Forgive the echo. This is a large room in our community where we hold our goat milk soap workshops, where I teach people to make their own goat's milk soap. I was really scared to make goat's milk soap in the beginning, and now I'm at that point where I feel comfortable enough with my method and with my recipes that I can teach others effectively and make them feel empowered to do it if they were like me and were a little bit scared. So we're pre-class right now. I have 11 participants. I really try to cut it at 10 because I feel like that's about my limit right now, where I can do this kind of solo with instructing. So I've got all their places set up. I've got my little area over here set up, where I've kind of got my idea for what I'm going to be making for my class to demonstrate, along with everything else. I even brought some loaves of soap that I made last night so that they can see how to unmold and what it should feel like when they unmold, because nothing will humble you faster than a soap that does not set right. So I think it's important that they be able to see this hands-on. I've got some cutters here, I've got my blender, I've got all my tools. You guys can see we set them up with everything. So I buy the molds, I provide all of the tools, I provide the goat's milk, the lye, I provide everything except immersion blenders. Mostly because I don't want to keep 10 of them. I already have like 3 or 4 in case like I'm doing lots of soap that day, so that I can just kind of do things without having to wash up or to do anything. It makes my workspace a screaming mess. But we're here. Mark is back here for support to help me because he knows I need moral support for everything that I do. But we're excited. We got some people coming today, 11 participants, second class. It's fun, guys. Little bitty bee.